Hey, friends, welcome back to another episode of the School of Life podcast. I hope y'all are enjoying this new video edition as much as I am. I see the love, I feel the love, and I appreciate it, especially from my OGs. I have to always shout out my OGs because y'all have been rocking with me since we were in the closet in Madison, Alabama, and not the closet like that. But in the physical closet recording this show. But shout out to y'all. Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. Listen, today we're having a hard conversation, and maybe that's why I'm trying to make light and make a few little jokey jokes. We're going to talk about something that I've seen some conversation around, but not enough. And so, from the title, y'all probably already know, we're diving into grieving friendships. This has been on my mind and my heart for about a year now, but honestly, it's not the first time I've had to grieve a close friend, and not because they passed, but because we're no longer friends. I want to put that out there. But it's something I want to talk about on the show because I haven't before, and I know that I am not the only one experiencing grieving a friendship that's no longer active in your life. So we're gonna have this conversation. We're gonna have a little bit of a deep dive, and we're just gonna get real about what this looks like. Y'all know the drill. Grab your note-taking tools because School of Life is now in session.
I gotta pay these student loans. That's adulting. The score doing the most. That's adulting. Moving out of mom's house. That's adulting. But it's all gonna work out. That's adulting. I need a legal side hustle. That's adulting. Cause these bills got me in trouble. That's adulting. Journey's course is never planned. That's adulting. Just leave it in God's hands. Cause that's adulting.
So, I want to preface this conversation with the fact that I don't have any solutions. Y'all know on my podcast, I'm good for having a 1, 2, 3, ABC. These are the steps. This is what I did. This is truly probably just a venting session. Now, I do have some lessons I learned, but just want to say up front, there are not any solutions. And so just stick around for the lessons because I'm sure they'll be of value. Now, I am in the midst of my own grief, I should say. And I have to be honest with myself. I am grieving a friendship that I had many moons ago. And I'm also grieving a recent friendship. And I haven't taken the time, honestly, to sit with just what that feels like. It's the weirdest emotion. Well, not the weirdest emotion I've ever felt. It's one of the weirdest emotions I've ever felt because it's not like it was a romantic partner. And I feel like we know how to move on from a romantic partner. Baby, get you a new one. I'm just kidding. But it's easier because you can go on dates. You can whatever. But when it's a friend, you can't just up and make a new friend, especially if it was a close friend. And so there's this weird, like, what do I do? How do I act? Like, there's no preparation for it. It's just a feeling. And I think today I'm really just talking about what that feeling has done to me and kind of how I'm processing it in real time. So, honestly, I haven't even put into words what the feeling is. It's just, dang, that really happened. And the weirdest part is this person is still alive and breathing. Like they haven't passed, but what we had as friends has been put to rest. And that's the part where I really don't have words for. But here's what I'll share. I want to share 3 lessons that I've had to learn throughout this process. And hopefully they will help you if you are grieving a friendship. The first one is that it's okay to miss what was, but don't get stuck mentally. So similar to romantic relationships, when you are going through the process of getting over them and moving on, you really have to force yourself to not get stuck mentally because you will easily go into a dark place. Now, luckily, I'm not letting anybody drag me into a dark place anymore. That happened one time and one time only, and I've committed to staying on the up and up, at least mentally. And so make sure you're on the up and up mentally, because you don't want to get stuck somewhere that you can't come back from. You don't want to get paralyzed and numb to friendships in general and what true companionship looks like. One thing that I want to elaborate on is how to recognize the difference between acknowledging your feelings and getting stuck in them. So it's healthy to talk about them. Like, this is a little bit therapeutic for me. I'm not going to get into all the details, but this is therapeutic to talk about what those feelings mean and how they feel and how there's no word, but it's weird. Like, acknowledge that the feelings are there. But if I keep talking about this every day, all day for the next month, now I'm stuck. And now the friends I do have need to check on me, or we need to go see a doctor or a therapist or something, because that starts to turn from the acknowledgement to the paralyzing feelings of numbness, and you're just kind of, again, stuck in what the feelings are. So acknowledge them, but don't get stuck. Find healthy ways to have the conversations and then go on about your day. So that's what's helped me. The second thing I would say is the second lesson rather is not letting a failed friendship stop you from making new friendships. Now, I have been guilty of this because I'm like, I don't need no new friends. I got my best friends. I got my girls. No new friends. Who sing that? One of them rappers sing No New Friends. Drake. It's Drake. Thank you, production team. He was all like, no new friends, but that's toxic. That's not gonna work in the real adulting world. You need friends, you need companions, and it's actually healthy to make new friends as adults. I see a lot of conversations on social media about how hard it is to make friends as adults. I mean, honestly, I feel that it is. I'm gonna just be honest, it is, but it's also healthy to put yourself out there to make new friends. It's all about community building. We need to get back to being a community that supports one another and being in community with like-minded people and sharing goals and breaking bread together. Like, that part is missing, especially across the millennials. I'm calling us out. COVID didn't help at all, but I think there's something to be said about really having a community of people that you can rely on. And so a lesson that I'm taking away from this grief process is not shutting myself out from new friendships and being welcoming and open to what that looks like. And I'm proud that most recently, I'm making some new friends, going out, all of that. Not too much, but I am making progress and being open to sharing, about my journey and my experience and who I am and all the things. The third lesson, which is probably the most important one, and people may not agree with me, but this lesson has helped me move along. And it's 2 words: take accountability. Now, everybody cannot be right in the situation. And honestly, sometimes it's not about a right or wrong. You just disagreed to disagree. What has helped me is realizing and acknowledging that I owned up to my actions. And because I am a self-aware, mature individual, I did that before it got ugly, right? In the friendship context that I'm thinking about. I owned up to my actions and I took accountability. That's the most that I can do. I am not in the business of chasing and begging anyone, not my parents, not a friend, not a boo. And so because that's the boundary that I've set, I'm going to acknowledge where I might have went wrong, stepped on a toe, not been as good of a friend as I should have been. But beyond that, I can't control people. And so you take that accountability, and at least for me, it helps you honestly sleep better at night, because it's not like it's beef or it's not like it's bad blood. I'm accountable for my part, the part I played, in a situation. What the other person does, I can't harbor on that. So, very brief story, without giving all my life experience away. With this one friend in particular, I felt that because of things going on in my personal life, I wasn't being as good of a friend to this person. And a month or two had went by, and so I text this person just like, hey, I know we haven't hung out how we normally do. I have this going on. This person passed, got a new job, all the things in life. Would love to catch up. And it's not like I hadn't talked to this person at all. It just wasn't as much. And this person shared that, and pause there, I suggested we go to lunch to catch up, all the things friends do. This person shared they felt that wasn't a good idea. Okay, I can't force that person to want to go to lunch with me to catch up and all the things. Did it hurt? Absolutely. Because I'm like, dang, you would have thought I haven't talked to this person in 5 years and I'm popping up out of the blue. And that's what started, at least for me, the grief of losing that friendship. Because if this person doesn't even want to go grab a bite, clearly the friendship is over. And that was a harsh reality. But what I took away from that, I left that conversation putting all of me out there like, hey, I haven't done this. I missed this thing because these things were going on, but I'm still here. And out of respect for their wishes or whatever the case, it ended how it ended. And so, again, the lesson, take that accountability because it does help you at least be able to say, I did what I could. And a lot of times people don't want to take the accountability. We point the blame, we put the blame on others when really it's their preference whether they want to engage or not. So take that accountability if you haven't because it does help you move along. In conclusion, y'all, friendships take work. They are not linear. They are just like platonic relationships. You have to work at it. You have to put energy in, time, accountability, all the things. And I'm not sure we're talking enough about the upkeep of friendships and the importance of putting in that same energy that you put into romantic relationships. It takes two. Just like in a romantic relationship, it takes you and your boo. In a friendship, it takes you and your friend putting in the work to make it work. And when that doesn't happen or when there is a disconnect of some sort, we as individuals have to figure out what is the best way to move on from this friendship. Like, how do I not get stuck? How do I not let this cause me to retreat from friendships? How do I just keep a positive mind about what friendship looks like? I know people in this world who have not one friend, and that worries me, but I can understand if you've tried friendships before and for whatever reason they didn't work. But we as a people, as a community, we can't allow that to be the narrative because we belong together in community. Look, I don't have any solutions right now. I told y'all that at the top of the show. But my lessons, the 3 things that I shared today, have helped me in this next phase of my life. This is not the first friendship I've had to grieve. And at times it made me question, like, is it me? Did I do something? Am I a bad person? And the truth is, I'm not. I remain selfless. I remain giving, but I'm not perfect. And that's where that accountability comes in. And so no solutions, but we're just going to keep growing and learning in this space. And if you have thoughts, please share them, comment, write me on Instagram. Would love to continue the conversation because this is one where I'm just kind of leaving it as a ... We're going to talk again, but it's going to be a ... for now. All right, y'all, before we get out of here, y'all know what time it is. You're getting some homework. This week, we're keeping it simple. I know we're grieving friendships and we're talking about moving on, but we are going to love on the friends that we do have. So right now, I want you to pick up your phone, send that text to your bro, your sis, your cousin, whoever is in your friend sphere. Send an I love you text. I'm thinking about you. Thank you for being my friend. Just so they know that you value the friendship. And even if y'all haven't talked in a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever the case, it's worthwhile to reach out because cherishing what we do have helps us to really kind of center what friendship looks like versus being stuck on what we don't have. All right, y'all. That wraps up another episode of the School of Life podcast. As always, I hope you learned something new or gained some sort of new life insight, even though I didn't have any solutions yet. As always, y'all, keep fighting, keep pushing, keep evolving. Talk soon. Want more School of Life? Be sure to like, share, and subscribe.